Like most people, we'd have fruit lying around our kitchen, and like most people, we eventually brought in some fruit flies with them. It was business as usual. They'd hang around our fruit, we'd try to catch and get rid of them, but they'd dodge away right at the last second. This actually turned out to be a good thing, because they began to behave in an interesting way when we set out some grain to begin germinating. The fruit flies began switching their hangout spot from the spoiling fruit to in and around our germinating grains and beans. At first, it was a nuisance, but we realized that we had something really special going on here. Andre identified the fruit fly species we had, Drosophila melanogaster, and began to read up on scientific literature. He found out that they're not attracted to just fruit. They're attracted to anything that provides them and their offspring the best chance at reproduction. To do this, Drosophila use their keen sense of taste, which is expressed using an impressive 68 genes. Humans only have 45 genes for taste. This means that fruit flies have a much more sensitive array of tasting instruments than we do, and with good reason. They need to quickly find food with the highest quality carbohydrates, fats, and protein, especially food with indications of active microbiology, such as yeast and bacteria, which make up the diet of their larvae. Good food for them isn't just a way of living. Their survival relies on detecting it quickly and correctly, so that with the short 30 days they have to live, they have time to create sexually successful offspring. We realize that fruit flies are like tiny little indicators of food that is thriving with life. So we decided to set up an experiment. Given completely free reign, would Drosophila choose freshly cut, ripe, organic fruit, or germinated grain? We started breeding a large quantity of Drosophila in jars with the standard laboratory procedure using agar-agar gel and other supplements. We let their population rise for 2 weeks, which is about the time it takes a fly to go from an egg to an adult. We ended up with hundreds of flies in each jar. Next, we carried the sealed Drosophila over to our library and set up 6 wine glasses. In 4 glasses, we put fruit, apples, pears, bananas, and peaches, and in the other 2, we put 2-day-old germinated grains or beans. Then, we set them free. They flew around everywhere in a cloud and slowly began to settle down on their food of choice. After 6 hours, we sneakily crept up on them and closed all the wine glasses simultaneously. Andre would quickly and carefully count them, then slowly open all the lids, and we'd wait another 6 hours, after which he'd trap them and count them again. We made a total of 3 measurements like this for each glass. We did this experiment first with germinated rye and wheat, and then a day later with germinated pinto and white beans. The results were pretty interesting. 72% of Drosophila preferred germinated grains over fruit, while 67% preferred germinated beans over fruit. We used the exact same fruits for both experiments, so even after the fruits were cut open and had time to spoil more, which is more attractive to the Drosophila, they still heavily preferred the germinated beans. Additionally, the flies were much more active and mobile when trapped with the grain than when trapped with the fruits. We're not sure what this means, but it's interesting to point out. So what conclusions can we make from this? 1. Drosophila melanogaster may possibly serve as a quote-unquote living detector of high-quality, biologically active food. 2. Germinated grains and beans attract Drosophila significantly more than ripe fruits. 3. Germinated grain may have more enzymatic activity, biological activity, and quote-unquote correct microorganisms than freshly cut fruit. And 4. Drosophila were much more mobile and active once trapped with the germinated grain and bean glasses than in the fruit glasses. So what do you think? You can check out more detailed results on our blog at myvolgin.com. And if you're interested about germinated grain, check out our Kickstarter at the link below. Thanks for watching.